a whole slew of cancellations and delays across the airspace. That trend line is getting worse, right? More controllers aren't coming to work day by day, the further they go without a paycheck because Democrats refuse to pay them. And so as I look 2 weeks out, as we get closer to Thanksgiving travel, listen, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have air travel slow to a trickle.
The U.S. skies are growing quieter and more chaotic. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has warned that air travel could slow to a trickle before the holidays, as America enters its third straight day of federally mandated flight reductions. Speaking to Fox News, Duffy said the next 2 weeks could bring massive disruptions, blaming the ongoing shutdown and unpaid air traffic controllers for what he called an avoidable crisis. The Federal Aviation Administration last week ordered nationwide flight cuts at America's busiest airports after mounting reports that air traffic controllers, unpaid for nearly a month, were no longer showing up for work. Duffy says the impact could be devastating.
A whole slew of cancellations and delays across the airspace. That trend line is getting worse, right? More controllers aren't coming to work day by day, the further they go without a paycheck because Democrats refuse to pay them. And so as I look 2 weeks out, as we get closer to Thanksgiving travel, listen, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have air travel slow to a trickle. As everyone wants to travel to see their families, I think we're going to see air traffic controllers, very few of them coming to work, which means, yes, you'll have a few flights taking off and landing at our different airports across the country. But the thousands of flights that happen every day to move people around the country for this great American holiday, it's not going to happen. You're going to have massive disruption. I think a lot of angry Americans, and I think we have to be honest about where this is going. It doesn't get better. It gets worse until these air traffic controllers are going to be paid.
The cuts come as the FAA grapples with a staffing crisis, with many controllers clocking 6-day work weeks and mandatory overtime, all without pay. Under federal law, they are considered essential workers, meaning they must report for duty even when paychecks stop. The toll is already visible. According to NBC News and flight tracking site FlightAware, more than 200 flights traveling into, from, or within the U.S. were delayed, and 500 canceled by Sunday afternoon. Chicago O'Hare International Airport accounts for many of the delays, with over 600 flights delayed, and Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport accounts for most of the cancellations, with more than 320. The backlog is growing by the hour as airlines scramble to reroute passengers and manage crew shortages triggered by the cascading effect. The FAA's flight reduction order began with a 4% capacity cut over the weekend. That number will rise to 6% by Tuesday, 8% by Thursday, and 10% by Friday, affecting nearly every major commercial carrier. Officials say these measures are temporary, but with the shutdown showing no signs of resolution, the nation's aviation grid could see its worst pre-holiday disruption in decades. For now, travelers are being urged to check airline apps, avoid non-essential trips, and brace for delays that could stretch deep into Thanksgiving week. As one frustrated traveler at Chicago's O'Hare put it, this is going to test everyone's holiday spirit.